you have to understand the context in which Battery 9 burst on the scene. It was a time when Afrikaans music was still even more mainstream than it was today. There wasn't even proper pop music in Afrikaans, and if there was some pop music, it didn't get played on the radio. So when Battery 9 came onto the scene and was singing in Afrikaans, basically making industrial metal, whatever you want to call it, it was just a huge mind shift for what can be done in Afrikaans. Not only what can be done in Afrikaans, but what could be done within the context of South African music. Because remember that, yes, it was Afrikaans which made it really unique, but up until that point, that genre of music hadn't even been implemented in South Africa, not even in English. So it really like blew the scene away. And then his side project, Breinskade, which was even more extreme, and more performance art, that really just elevated the scene into what can happen next. And on that level, he was a total pioneer, because he took something that everybody told him it'll never work in South Africa, more so it'll never work in Afrikaans, and he did it.
I think what No Friends of Harry did was it showed South African bands of the time that it is possible to have your own release and actually, make a living from music. Because before that, apart from maybe the Full Frame movement, alternative music didn't have, it was only listened to in clubs. And I think what No Friends of Harry did was they showed that it is possible to have a following and make alternative music in South Africa, and make this type of music and make a living of it.
We had, bands like V.O.D and Groentje and those to look up to. Back in the day, that's just what I wanted to do. And so with starting Sacrifix in '93, I wanted to just try and play music, just try and play it as heavy as well, I suppose as heavy, but also as semi-technical as I could get. And just dealing with the bands of that period. It's even bands like Gothic-Rock, which was like a punk band from back in the day. It was just trying to be what we could in a small scene when you had like this massive band at the top, which to us was actually V.O.D back in the day.